Aries, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries, please. Okay, your energy, the 10 of Wands. Okay, feeling a little bit, I was saying I felt submerged or overburdened. Maybe you need to get something off your chest. Your person, the Knight of Wands in reverse, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. They're viewing you as the Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. What you're not seeing, the Page of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. And the final outcome, we have the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy. All right, I actually feel like this is your energy. I think you have somebody here who's either rushed in and out of this connection, Aries. They may give off some player vibes. I kind of feel like this person thinks that they can just have a new beginning with you. But I'm not so sure that's the case, because I feel like it's starting to get to you, or you're starting to feel weighed down, or you really need to get something off of your chest. Yeah, it's almost like you're sick of waiting. You want balance, you want reciprocity. And some of my Aries, you feel like maybe you've been doing all the work. You've been doing the emotional labor. You're the one that's always making the plans. Or there's something here that's bothering you. And you realize there's something that needs to come to an end to bring this connection balance. Some of you, you're thinking about ending it with this person. I do apologize. I'm a little bit congested. It's not because I'm getting sick or I have a cold, but I was fighting off a migraine earlier, and sometimes when that happens, I do get a little bit congested. All right. 10 of Wands energy, or I sound congested. It's actually just constriction of the nasal. Anyways, just sorry about that. All right, 10 of Wands and the 9 of Spears. Yeah, you're stressed here. You're definitely feeling a bit stressed, and I feel it's this person's actions or behaviors, or maybe because you're starting to contemplate ending things, or there was an ending here. You're viewing this person as the Lover's card, Gemini energy. So again, there's a very strong physical attraction, and I think you're picking up on that, but you're also seeing this connection as something deeper than that with the Lover's card. Your person, somebody who, completes you in the most harmonious ways, but something's off. Something's been heavy. Something's been bothering you. We see the moon in reverse, but you are starting to see the relationship more clearly, Cancer, Pisces energy. And you're seeing that you need to speak up, or you need to get something off your chest, or something is too heavy for it to continue or for it to be sustainable. Your person, the 7 of Treasure in reverse. Look at that. This reading is flanked by 7s, which is a very spiritual energy or number. But the 7 of Pentacles showing up in reverse is telling me that both of you feel like you two are meant to be together, or you two belong together, or you complete each other in the most harmonious ways. But your person may be worried about an ending, or they know that something needs to come to an end or is about to come to an end. All right. So let's go to the Oracle deck. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Aries, please. Stand your ground. Yeah. Hold your own power. Never give it away. Not everyone is there to support you. So there's something you need to speak up about. You need to hold your ground. You need to set your boundaries. And I feel like a lot of you maybe already have, or you know that that's the next conversation. Allow your higher good. So don't be upset because things didn't work out the way your ego planned. Have faith that what is in your highest good will come. So it's almost like, be open to what's in, for your highest good here. But if this is something that's blocking your higher good, be open to something else. But for others of you, there's a tough conversation coming up that things need to be cleared up. All right, and there's a bright future ahead, Aries. There are no limits to what you can have. Believe in your dreams and success will follow. So again, that can be a bright future for you and this person. Okay, it can also be that if you decide to shut this down, you decide to turn your back on this, there's something better that's truly meant for you. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we do see a sacred contract, and I do always read that, you're seeing this as the Lover's card, so you may feel like you have a soul contract with this person, but you have a sacred contract with the universe. Trust there's a divine order behind everything. So again, there's a divine plan. What's truly meant for you will not pass you by. Now, with the Knight of Wands in reverse, again, this person might be lacking confidence. They might have one foot in the door, one foot out. There might be a lot of off and on. Again, that's your 10 of Wands. This person's energy is creating burdens here for you, or there's uncertainty or ambiguity that feels really heavy. All right, we see the 9 of Pearls in reverse. Yeah, so this person, I do get that they have this player energy, or they get very easily emotionally overwhelmed, or when things get tough, they walk away. But this is one of my cards that represents I'm here for a good time, not a long time. The Wheel of Fortune energy in reverse. I think this person gets emotionally overwhelmed easily. Again, when things get tough, they kind of get going in another direction. It could indicate emotional immaturity here, or a mismatch for you. And we see the King of Pearls. They could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But what I do want you to know, Aries, is this person does have love for you. But what I'm seeing is, for some of you, they may not be right. Now, I'm not going to jump to that conclusion yet because we're still really early on in the reading. But with the King of Cups, this person has love for you. But it looks like they have a hard time going deep, which I know sounds weird for the King of Pearls because they're definitely capable of that. But they're lacking confidence, or they stop coming towards you when they feel emotionally overwhelmed. They do see a new beginning with you, but again, some of my Aries, it's like, this person kind of thinks they can come in and out as they please, show up when they want to. Yeah, but because this person is also realizing this might be over, or this might not be a connection that can move into union, whereas I kind of think they thought they could do whatever they pleased. The 8 of Spears, they know you're feeling a little bit stuck. I think they're feeling stuck on you, but they also know that you're seriously considering something and it doesn't feel pleasant. And the 2 of Pearls in reverse, they see potential, but now they're not sure that you want union, Aries. Whereas they may have always been really sure about that. But I also think they're also realizing, I think they're doing some reflection here, Aries, that they do cut out when things get heavy. And they know you're catching on to that. Or there's not emotional balance here. Like you're like, all right, let's stand up and fight for this, or let's talk this out. And they kind of, I don't know, swim off in a different direction. They could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio here. But I felt strong Pisces energy there for a second. The Page of Swords, this person is spying on you. They're watching you. They're checking you out. They want to communicate. 5 of Coils. 5 of Wands. There's conflict. There may be ego clashes. They know that there's been fighting, bickering, and arguing. I mean, of course they do. You were probably, both a part of that. But again, this person's energy might feel a little bit scattered. They might feel like there's some ego clashes. But they also know they want to try. They want to give emotionally, but they're conflicted about giving emotionally because I think they're a little bit emotionally immature, or they have some old wounds here, Aries. And we see the 6 of Coral in reverse. They may be ignoring you, but I do want you to know they're ignoring you because there's a part of them that wants them and wants to come in and offer an apology, but their ego may not be allowing that to happen. They're watching you. They want to have the beginning of intimacy with you. They want to start over, whatever your situation is, but they're conflicted. And it's their ego or their emotional maturity that's not allowing them to move forward. King of Wands, this is you standing your ground, standing your power. Again, we saw that with the Oracle card. We see the Queen of Spears energy in reverse. There's a big question mark, Aries. Is this anchoring you in a lower vibrational timeline? Some of you might have this person blocked. We see the 10 of Spears energy in reverse, communication coming in, maybe healing, and the 7 of Pearls, but you're going to be feeling confused about that. Because I think some of my Aries, you're starting to look out at other options because you're starting to realize, like, What's meant for me is not going to be always really hard work, or may not be this overwhelming. And we see the Seven of Treasure in reverse. Again, this person not wanting things to come to an end. The Two of Coral, but they've got a big decision to make here, Aries, whether or not they're going to show up or not. Or can they show up emotionally? I don't know. I'm not really sure. So let's go to the Oracle deck. What else do we need to know here? What else do we need to know here? They want marriage. There's a part of them that wants commitment. They want union with you. They may feel quite dedicated to you, even though it doesn't really seem that way. Because not all of you is this person a player. It's just they kind of dip in and out. But dedications, we see this tape cassette, but they need a little update here, right? And hard to figure out. So this person may be hard to figure out, or maybe they're having a hard time figuring out how to come towards you, how to fix this. They are going to try to come back around. They are taking notes. Okay, they may be talking to other people. They're watching you. They're rereading messages. I feel like you might be surprised about this, Aries, but they are. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know about this person, please, for my Aries? What else do we need to know about this? They're addicted to social media, most likely yours as well, but maybe that's something that annoys you. They scroll too much. They may be a bit irresponsible. They are spiritual, but they are still a bit irresponsible or a little bit emotionally immature. They're not trusting their own judgment. Some of them, they're doubting whether or not they have a second chance with you. We see sometime this year, this is kind of my procrastination card. We got a little horn honk confirmation there. What do they want to say to my Aries? What do they want to say to my Aries, please? I'm struggling to get over the past, but I do think this person wants forgiveness. And the lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. We have a strong soul contract. But, this card is interesting because soul contract is powerful, right? And it feels like that Lover's card, and there's like this real bond. But the lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. There's also a little bit of they might know they've effed this up, that this might not come to fruition. All right, they're still trying to heal. So again, they might have old wounds that are keeping them, in the past. And I wasn't happy the way things were going, unsatisfied. They may say that. And that could be with their own behavior. But again, this person tends to cut out early is what I'm getting. All right, at the soul level, what do they want to say to you? I got spooked. I got scared. There it is, and my heart is telling me to just do it, but my heart is telling me to reach out to you because I can't ignore the signs I'm receiving any longer. Okay. What else do my Aries need to know about this person or this connection, please? What else do my Aries need to know about this person or this connection, please? You may be getting an apology. And you have a big decision to make, or this person is currently deciding about whether or not to offer an apology if they can. Some distance will bring or has brought clarity, and an external party is intruding on this relationship. Now, I don't feel like there's a third party here, okay? But there could be, right? And third parties don't always have to be romantic rivals. It can be work, it can be emotional immaturity, it can be family, it can be, bad advice from friends and family, it can be distance. Now, for some of my Aries, this relationship can stand the test of time, and we also see marriage. This relationship is moving towards sacred union, but that's only for some of you. All right? Now, let's see what advice and guidance Spirit has for you at this time. Ooh, your cards are coming out fast. Trust what's stable. What's meant for you won't require constant tension. Every relationship is going to have tension, Aries, but it's about the repair, okay? How this person repairs. Are they open to repair? Can they offer you an apology when you truly deserve one? Can they show up for you, or do they cut and run? Do they hide, right? Are they too avoidant? And also trust what's stable. If there's a lot of off and on here, Aries, it's a big red flag, okay? Waiting is no longer neutral. Silence has become a choice. Ask whether it's serving truth or it's protecting fear. And again, I do kind of feel like this person kind of disappears, maybe goes silent. We see that with the Queen of Swords in reverse. How long does that silence last? When do they go silent? Is it serving truth, or are they protecting fear? And again, there's a big question mark here about whether or not this person is emotionally mature or not. And allow space to speak. Silence can reveal more than pressure until clarity asks to be spoken. So again, giving yourself space, working through silence to a point, right, is okay. But after a certain period of time, silence is a decision and it is no longer neutral. Okay, so you need to decide where you are in that, Aries. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, Spirit saying, right now, let discomfort pass. Not every feeling requires action, but some truths do. Okay, so you don't have to you don't have to necessarily act from a reactive state. Not every feeling requires action, but some truths do require action. And I do think for a lot of my Aries, it is time to speak your truth, to get something off your chest here. All right, my lovely Aries, I'm going to leave it here, sending you love and light. Take care.